Welcome back to the Dorian Fitness Podcast. If you're new to my podcast, it's about my fitness journey and the lessons I've learned. I'm Dorian, and this is week 16. We're going to talk about my results via Instagram, the meat-only diet health benefits, and why I'm going to try that in about a week and a half. Intermittent fasting, what it is and how does it work, and we're going to end with a meditation. One day or day one, you decide. Every achievement begins with a decision to do it. Ignorance destroys so many opportunities that come to our lives every day. Motivation's overrated. Accountability and discipline are what matters. I want to be uncommon among uncommon people. Reflecting on my results via Instagram, that you can follow me on Instagram at Dorian Fitness Co. The first picture I took, which was the beginning of this year, I had facial hair and I was actually a little bit more tanner than I am now. And also I kind of try to crop the pictures, make them the same height. For some reason, one was shorter than the other. And what's funny is how I look now actually looks worse than I began, and the lighting as well. However, I know that I started at 234 and my current weigh-in is 229.2. So I lost about 5 pounds, even though it's probably closer to 7 pounds. It's just I had food late at night. Yeah, that's probably still in me. And I just find it funny that the sun tanning can make such a big difference in how I look, because I know I weigh less, I do feel better, I do feel stronger as well than I began. After going through every single week, I noticed a few things. Honestly, I do look a lot better. However, I noticed that I need a haircut, and then the other is I need to start tanning because I'm very pale. I just realized that. Moving on to what is the meat-only diet, also called the carnivore diet, the all-meat diet, the lion diet, is a dietary approach that primarily consists of consuming only animal products, primarily the meat. This means avoiding all plant-based foods such as fruit, vegetables, grains, legumes, and the supporters of the all-meat diet argues that humans are designed to eat meat and that eliminating plant foods can lead to a variety of health benefits such as weight loss, improved energy levels, and better digestion. I already kind of glazed over the health benefits of the meat-only diet, which are weight loss, improved blood sugar control, reduced inflammation. What is inflammation? That's your body feeling pain. So you're reducing your pain in your body. And also simplifying your digestion system, and mental clarity and mood improvement. With the meat-only diet or the carnivore diet, most of the time they highlight cow products. The steaks, ground beef, the just straight up random different pieces of meat, and they have it usually in butter for flavor, and then they use sea salt for flavor as well. And then a lot of times I see them eating it with a side of eggs, which can have a creamy taste to it. A person who highlighted it, and person that I've looked at her podcast quite a bit, was Michaela Peterson. Now she goes by Michaela Fuller because she got married. And just research her story for more information about the lion diet or the meat-only diet. Moving on to intermittent fasting. What is it and how does it work? First of all, intermittent fasting is you're starving yourself controllably. This is something that you want to have a doctor highlight, control, monitor you, because there's health risks in starving yourself. Now, some of the benefits of intermittent fasting. Number one, weight loss. If you're not eating anything, your body's going to consume the fat of your body, so you're going to lose weight. Improve insulin sensitivity, cellular repair, heart health, brain health, reduce inflammation, improve digestive health, and digestive health is you're not consuming calories, so it's cleaning up your digestion in your stomach, your belly, and helping clean up the waste without having more stuff in your system. Intermittent fasting schedules. These are different approaches that people try. I have done intermittent fasting before. I've also done it for religious reasons of skipping a meal or skipping a full day of meals, and I've experienced some results of this. I have done fasting for 40 days and have seen a great result of weight loss and also getting closer to my faith. Some approaches are the 16-8 method, which is you're involving 16 hours of fasting and you're only eating within a 8-hour window. Examples of that is you're eating between 12 noon and 8 p.m. and then you're fasting the rest of the time. Another approach is the 5-2 diet approach, which is you're eating normally for 5 days a week, and then 2 days a week, you're restricting your calories to about 500, 600 calories in 2 non-consecutive days of fasting. Another method is the alternating days fasting, which is basically the name suggests you're alternating between fasting for a day and then not fasting for a day. And on fasting days, you're either consuming no calories or limiting your calorie intake to about 500 calories. Non-fasting days, you're eating normally. Another method is the eat, stop, eat method, which is you're involving fasting for 24 hours once or twice a week. For example, you're fasting from dinner one day until dinner the next day. The other is the warrior diet. This approach is fasting for 20 hours each day and only eating one large meal within a 4-hour eating window, typically in the evening. And then the other fasting is one meal a day, which is you're fasting for 23 hours a day and you're only eating one meal within a 1-hour eating window. And again, this can be very risky for anyone because you're starving yourself. You're limiting your calories, which can be even worse than the only meat diet because you could be potentially not even having protein, which is the building blocks of the body, and you're starving yourself from that. And also, it's very easy to have body dysmorphia, which is the idea that you see yourself as a fat person even though you're starving yourself. As a young 20-year-old, I lost quite a bit of weight, about 30 pounds in 30 days, and I was skinny, but in the mirror, I still saw myself as fat, even though years later, I've looked at the pictures, and it was my fiance that was saying, you can see your ribs in these photos or your pictures, which isn't a bad thing. It was just I was very skinny, and the lowest I was 170, which if you're listening to this, you would probably say I'd be fat too. However, thought to myself that I was obese at 170 pounds. About taking these diets very seriously, talking to someone, and not just talking to them, but having them monitor you over a course of time, probably once a week or something like that, or twice a month, something to keep you on track and make sure that someone who is not you that is watching you and can have that outside perspective. It's time to do the meditation. If you're driving or you can't do a meditation, then thank you for listening to the Dorian Fitness Podcast. See you next week. And for everyone who's here going to do the meditation, many different benefits to doing a meditation. Some of them is peace of mind, calmness, focus, concentration, and overall stress reduction. And you can do this seated, laying down, walking, many different ways. Just make sure you don't walk in traffic or something like that if you're doing a walking meditation. I personally like to be in a seated upright position because if I do it laying down, I will fall asleep. I will be having my eyes closed. You can have your eyes open. And I find I'm eliminating my vision so I can focus inward towards my vision and concentration using this meditation. different ways of doing the meditation is you're visualizing stuff that makes you happy. You can visualize your future as long as it doesn't stress you out in the present moment, and other things to do. You can also think of something that's funny while you're doing this meditation, and you're just focusing on your breathing as well. A lot of things you have to focus on, but that's what you're going to be doing. I personally like to do breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, with the visualization of breathing in, smelling flowers, and then breathing out, blowing out birthday candles. That type of breathing, which is usually between my inhale out exhales, are 2 seconds. So let's begin. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 And this was just a little sample. Thank you for doing this little meditation with me. Thank you for listening to the Dorian Fitness podcast. Please follow me and subscribe. Have a good one.